Rabbit, rabbit. October 1st, 2018. Here it is. What are we doing with it today? Well, as each month in the fall pulls in, it's more indication for me that I need to be very strict and very disciplined with what I'm choosing. I did it through September, and now here it is October 1st, and I'm going to continue to make the same keto, low carb choices for my days because I know it keeps me safe. I can't veer off the road of my daily choices. I just can't. And I was just listening to a keto cardiologist, and he was such a soft-spoken man and so humble. And he realized all those years that he only gave people the same medical mainstream doctoring advice. You know, just keep it low fat, increase your exercise, blah, 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 blah. And he felt so bad. And he was telling the story of sending one middle-aged man who still did physical labor back out into the world after doing whatever he did to him and telling him low fat, stay active. And he gets the call that he's in the hospital having a cardiac event. And he felt so personally responsible because now that he knows the difference and he practices keto, and he had heard about it, and so he decided to invest some time into it. And, he's not surprised that his brothers and sisters in the medical profession are still paying homage to a food program of the standard American diet that just doesn't work. And so he does what he does. And he says, I'm doing from the top down of changing people to having a keto lifestyle. But he says it's only one person at a time. And isn't that the same for us here? Aren't we, doing the change one person at a time? And that's ourselves. And sometimes you'll hear people say N equals 1. And what that means is, I myself do my keto and my my very, very low carb food plan with protein upped from my usual of a month or two ago up, and how it's working for me. And I am just my own experiment. I'm not competing with anybody. I'm not in a race with anybody. I'm not challenging anybody. I just do what I do. And I share it here in the simplest of ways because I believe that food is medicine and medicine is food. And it's our choices that are going to make us, keep us healthy, get us off those chronic disease meds, and move us forward in the world. Less anxiety, less depression. It's really a miraculous program. But once you get the hang of doing your keto, your way of eating, or even your carnivore lifestyle, you will find what works for you. You will find what doesn't mess with your tummy. You will find what doesn't mess with your head. You will find how one meal a day or 2 meals a day, never, ever, ever snacking will improve your health. And you will find yourself, if you stay open and willing, to try things that will better your life and your lifestyle, things that you never thought possible. I'm very familiar with those things. I never thought I could give up my standard American diet. I always thought, my thinking was so whacked, I figured one night without a dessert and I probably should lose 15 pounds overnight. Never realizing, of course, that my older, slow metabolism was just never, ever going to rev up. It's probably at its optimum now because it's not working through a mountain of sugar and grains every day to just try to keep it going while still gaining a little here and there it ends up being like a 10 to 15 pound gain per year. That's what was happening to me. And so now at 68, I have my calories between 1,300 and 1,600 a day. And my carbs are total, never net. And today's are 6.4 total. So you can see it's very low carb. I am having a very small salad. 60 grams is my max of lettuces. And I'm having other things on the side with the fats and the proteins that make it all nice. But I always aim for very low carbs. And I never thought I could do that. And I went to 2 meals a day, and I never thought I could go from 3 to 2. I never thought I could not snack. I came from eating junk and crap into going into Weight Watchers eating junk and crap, just smaller doses of it, I guess you would say. Doses of unhealthy food, not items of unhealthy food, but doses. You know, I was still assaulting my poor gut biome with my choices, you know, sweetened yogurts and 100-calorie things of grains and, bowls of cereal that had the highest fiber that you could have, and not paying attention to anything, still having things like bananas. I did switch to almond milk 5-6 years ago, and so I was doing that while doing Weight Watchers, but the choices, the low-fat meat and the low-fat dairy, just crazy, and wondering why I wasn't losing weight. When I was on Weight Watchers, I lost 17 almost right away. I think Keto Mike lost his 17 doing his keto. And it's just like, what is it about the number 17? It's like all the rock stars that die at 27. And so I lost my 17 in Weight Watchers rather quickly, and then never to lose another. And then I switched to low carb, high fat, which meant to me lots of veggies, tons of veggies, my beloved Brussels sprouts and my yellow potato, my sweet potato, my white potato, and, having a very high carb diet, because it's like, it's a veggie. Oh, come on. Now you're not going to tell me that the veggies can be like retaining weight and making me bloated and attacking my biome. Oh my God, come on, cut all this out. What am I supposed to eat, a steak? And of course the carnivore would say, yes. So, we live and learn. So then I got into keto, and it was under 20 total carbs. And so I could get it up there around that 19, 20 and total, never doing net, and be happy with that. And then I just started lowering it. And about 6 or 7 months ago, weeks ago, I raised my protein by about 20 grams and then decreased the veggies so they were way under 10, way under 7 and total. And then that has helped me. And it's a process that I never, ever imagined. And so that's why the keto journey is such a self-experimentation. And it's a nice slow pace, which is why I call us turtles, because we get to that place where we begin to understand ourselves and our bodies and what works and what doesn't, and making tweaks continuously. And what works for me might not work for you. I even had berries all last summer because they were in season, and we have berry bushes. And this year, Greg gets all the berries, and I just have no desire to have them. So why add the sugar to my body? I love my keto. I love learning about this. Like I said, the competition that I'm in with is nobody. I just want to feel optimal every day, energy-wise, sleep-wise, motivation-wise, getting the good stuff from my foods, seeking clarity from listening to other people. Do I follow anybody to the letter T of what they're doing? No, and I wouldn't recommend that, because there's takeaways from so many people. But, you can pick and choose. You can take 3 ideas from this person, 2 from that, get the kitchen scale, hook up with chronometer so you can see what you're having, and just begin to monitor yourself. Or you can follow somebody that doesn't, they measure their carbs. There's an app out there that is just strictly a carb counter. And some people do that. They have no idea about how much protein or fat they're having or how many calories they're having. They just know that they stick to the very low carbs and on their little app. And so, and it works for them. What I do works for me. I'm not in the losing weight place anymore. I'm kind of in the maintenance, have been for 3 years. And so I pay attention to that. The summer was a rough one. The humidity was 99% with heat indexes of some days well over 100 every day. And that for me, humidity and high heat indexes are water retention, lack of opportunities. But so I rolled with it, and I knew that it's just the weather. I'm very sensitive to a lot of those things. I have a female body, full moon, new moon, humidity, all those things play a part in my fluid fluctuation in my body. And as most of you women have also experienced, not to mention when in the old days when I still had PMS and things to contend with. And then it was premenopause, and then it was menopause, and now it's postmenopause. And so there's always reasons that I could put on some fluid weight, but those are not valid justifications to can the whole program and eat whatever I want. I'm not going to. After a couple of weeks of doing keto under 20, so way back 3 years ago, sugar cravings gone. Now, then it turned into fat cravings. That's fine. And now it's meat cravings. And Whole Foods has grass-fed short ribs on sale beginning today. I am going there with my Amazon Prime card and my looking for yellow labels for an extra 10% off. I will get my Good Culture organic cottage cheese. I will be very happy. So, rabbit, what are you going to do for yourself in the month of October that keeps you safe? And just a suggestion, do not start buying the candy to give out, because sometimes you may find that you're replacing the candy that you bought to give out because you cracked into it. You thought you could control it. If you are a card-carrying sugar addict, it has no business being in your house. If you do buy it and you buy it on sale because you have to follow a budget, fine. But put it someplace where it does not come out until the day that you put it in the bowl and you give it to the little standard American diet people that are this big, right? Take care of yourselves. It's October 1st. Make a plan. You can get stronger, healthier, learn more about yourself, and be so glad for it. So, rabbit, my friends, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye for now.